All right, now we're going to take a look at three different websites that are not using WooCommerce. They're using an alternate shopping cart, and we're going to look at the products that they have, and we're going to try to figure out where these individual products best fit. Mostly between variances is what we're going to be looking at, whether it's a simple item with add-on, or whether it needs to be a variance. So now let's jump over here and take a look at some different websites. Here's Macvan Maps. The first thing that I notice is they have several National Geographics here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 7 right here. So this would be perfect for a variable product. What we would do is we would create it as a variable product, very similar to what we did with the Davis tents and hats. And we can take all of those items and combine it into one that'll display, so it'll clean up their storefront page here. And underneath the different variations, we would just have a variation for each individual map. And those variations would be, let's see what we got here. Independence Pass. Another variation would be Black Mass and Buena Vista, Breckenridge, and so on. And each one of those variations can have its own SKU, just like we see here. It would have its own SKU. It would have its own price. If they had a lot of one particular kind, they could discount the price. So click Manage Stock here. There's our regular price, our sale price, our stock quantity. We can say that there's 30 of these available. What do we do for back orders? The stock status is currently in stock. And then the individual weights for each. So that's how, at the variation level, with the SKUs, you can manage stock for these particular items. That would take all of these and clean this up, take all 7 of those and create one product that's real simple and easy to find. So let's take a look at Lifestyles for Health and how would we set up some of these products. So the first thing that I see is we have another like item right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the Omega Swirl Fish Oil, and they are in mango, pina colada, blackberry, and a variety of different flavors. Again, this is exactly the reason why you have variable products. We would take and put all of these into one item. It'll be a variable product item. Each variance would be the flavor, and as you can see here, that all of them are $21 except the orange, which is $25. So in this case, each one would have its own SKU, each one would have its own inventory control, and each one would have its own price, and each one could have its own weight. So even if these were, say, 6 ounce, 6 ounce, 6 ounce, 10 ounce, and 12 ounce, you can even add additional weight for shipping. We could take these Barleans powders. We could either put all of these into one item and each one be its own variance. Or another example would be maybe the Barleans Chocolate Silk Greens comes in a variety of different sizes. Maybe we have a 9.5 ounce, maybe we have a 12 ounce, a 15 ounce, and so on. So they come in different sizes. Again, that would be perfect for your variable products. Now let's take a look at a much more complicated product. This is a bundled package that's going to have different variances in it. So when I click into here, the first thing I see is they've got several packages already laid out in the subcategory. So they've got a 1, 2, and 3 person package with 1 tent. Then they've got this package with 2 tents and a 4 person. We're just going to focus on what they've got going on here with the 1, 2, and 3 person tents. Well, we could probably build all this together and make one out of it. For this discussion, we're just going to talk about these 3. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the Solo backpacking package and take a look at it. But right down here, here's what's in his package. So it looks like he's got a tent, he's got sleeping bags, he's got sleeping pads, he's got a camp burner stove, he has a water filter, cookware, and a trowel. How I would break this down is each one of these are going to be individual items in his cart, in his system. The Marmot tent, he has 1, 2, and 3 person tents. So that would be a Marmot tent with a variance of 1, 2, or 3 persons. That variance would accommodate for size, cost, and weight. He has sleeping bags. He's offering them in 2 different weights, a 15 degree or a 30 degree. So this would be a Marmot sleeping bag with a variance of 15 and 30. He also has the sleeping pads. So we would put those in and allow for quantities. Same with the sleeping bag, we could allow for quantities. Single burner camp stove, he can put them in, and if he wanted to, he could allow for quantities in case they wanted, 1 or 2 or even more. And then as far as the pump, that would go in. You only need 1 filter pump. And then the set of cookware, he could set the cookware up so that it's designed for 1, 2, or 3 people, and then obviously just 1 trowel. So in this case, he would have a package with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items in it. I would say that these 2 right here would be items that had variances in them, and they could build them as we discussed in some of the other videos. And then once that package is all added together and these items are added to it, then he would go over to the add-ons and he would drop in 1 add-on for the duration. And the 1 add-on would accommodate all of this. The other thing that he could do is he could set these up for each backpack so that each backpack is gender specific. That would be a variance. And then he could do torso size. He can ask them small, medium, or large in torso sizes. Those could be on the backpack with variances and the add-ons. So when he built his backpack item, he would put in men or women for his variance, and then the backpack torso size could be small, medium, or large.